students, good morning everyone. Let's start our class. Today I am going to start some properties of whole numbers here. So these properties are very important in future also for you. Properties of whole numbers. So here we have to discuss the properties which are related to whole numbers. Okay. So in this, the first property is closure property. Okay, closure property. So the statement property is the statement of a closure property is sum of any two whole numbers is also a whole number. So here, if you see the statement, sum of any two whole numbers is also a whole number. Okay, means whenever we add two whole numbers, we got sum as the answer. We got sum means I am adding two numbers, a plus b is equal to some answer I got. That answer I am taking as c. Okay. If we take a and b are whole numbers, these two are whole numbers, then we get an answer. This answer must be also a whole number. This answer must be also a whole number. Then only this satisfies a closure property under addition. Okay, closure property under addition. Here we are adding these two numbers. That's why closure property under addition. Okay, so by knowing whole numbers satisfies closure property or not, I am taking two numbers. So for checking, I am taking two numbers, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 5. I am adding these two numbers, 2 plus 5 is equal to, I got answer 7. And also I am taking another two numbers, 225 plus 596. So I am adding these two numbers, I got 5 plus 6, 11, 1 is carry, 10, 12, 1 is carry, and 7, 8, 821 I got. Okay. So what is the set of whole numbers includes? The set of whole numbers includes from 0 onwards, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on up to infinite of numbers. So if you take a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3, so b is equal to 5, these two numbers are in whole numbers or not? These two numbers are in whole numbers or not? Yes, these two numbers exist in whole numbers, and we got answer as 7. This 7 also is in a whole number set. So if you observe here, if you take two whole numbers and add them, then we got answer as a whole number. Okay. So this, if you read this sentence once, sum of any two whole numbers. Here I am taking two whole numbers. The sum of two whole numbers, I got answer is also a whole number. So this is also a whole number. This number is also whole number. This number is also whole number. Then we can say that whole number satisfies the closure property under addition. So whole numbers satisfy the closure property under addition. సో మనం ఇక్కడ చూస్తే ఏమైనా టూ హోల్ నెంబర్స్ తీసుకుని వాటిని యాడ్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, మనకు ఒక ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది కదా. ఆ ఆన్సర్ కూడా హోల్ నెంబర్ అయింది అనుకోండి, దాన్ని యూజ్ చేసుకుని మనం ఏం చెప్పవచ్చు అంటే ఇక్కడ హోల్ నెంబర్స్ అనేవి మనకి క్లోజర్ ప్రాపర్టీ అండర్ ఎడిషన్ ని సాటిస్ఫై చేస్తున్నాయని చెప్పొచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఫర్ ఎడిషన్. అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ అనదర్ ఆల్సో హియర్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్. We can also check for multiplication in whole numbers under closure property. So I am taking a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 5, same. So I am multiplying these two numbers, a into b means 2 into 5. I got answer as 10. Okay, I am taking another two numbers, 50 into 90. Okay, I got answer 45,000. If you observe here, 2 is in whole number set, 5 is also in whole number set, 10 is also in whole number set, 50 is also in whole number set, 90 is also in whole number set, 4500 also in whole number set. So if you take any two whole numbers and multiply them, the product of these two whole numbers is also a whole number. Okay, so product of here we are adding, that's why sum here we are multiplying, that's why product of any two whole numbers is also a whole number. Then whole number satisfies closure property under multiplication. So here we are multiplying, that's why we are satisfying, that's why this property is satisfying under multiplication and this property is satisfying under addition. Okay, this is about closure property, and the next property we have is commutative property. Commutative property. Okay. Commutative property means the change in the order of the numbers doesn't change the result. Okay, the change in the order of the numbers doesn't change the result. Means here I am adding a plus b. This should be equal to b plus a. Here I am changing the order of addition here. Here first I am taking number a and second number is b. But here second number is b, first number is b, second number is a. So I changed the order. If you change the order, but the result must not be changed. If the result is changed, it doesn't satisfy commutative property. If the result is same when both in these two cases, then it satisfies commutative property under addition. So see here, I am taking two numbers, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 5. I am adding these two numbers, means I am adding a plus b now. A plus b, it equal to 2 plus 5. A is 2 and b is 5. 2 plus 5 equal to 7. Okay, this is one thing. Now I am changing the order, means here b is second number, so I am taking b as first number. B as first number means 5 and a as second number means 2. 5 plus 2 is equal to what? 7. So here in these two cases, this is case 1 and this is case 2. In these two cases, the order of addition is changed. But the result is same. Here 7, here 7. Okay. So if the order of the addition is changed, but not the result is changed here, so it satisfies the closure property under addition. Whole number satisfies commutative property under addition. Okay. Now see, I am checking under multiplication now. Okay. Now I am taking two numbers same as the numbers. A is equal to b. A is equal to 2. B is equal to 5. So here I have to check a into b is equal to b into a. I have to check a into b must be equal to b into a. If these two answers are equal, then it satisfies the commutative property under multiplication also. So I am taking this a into b means 2 into 5 equal to 10. Now I am taking this b into a means here b is 5, that's why b into a means 5 into 2 equal to 5 into 2 is also 10. Here in these two cases I got answer same. I got the answer same. That's why whole number satisfies a commutative property under a multiplication. So whole number satisfies a commutative property under addition and also under multiplication. Okay. Now the third property. So make it note this as a rough work. Okay. Roughly note. Now the third property we have is associative property. Okay. Third property is associative property. Okay, this property is about priority or anything. So a plus b plus c, if you take three numbers, I am taking three numbers, three whole numbers. Okay, three whole numbers, these numbers are whole numbers. Then I am adding first a and b here. Then I am adding c to the sum of a and b. Okay, now this must be equal to I am adding first b plus c. Then I am adding this sum, the sum of b plus c to a. Okay, in these two cases, if you get the same answer, then this property satisfies. Okay, see here I am taking a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 7. Okay, so now I am checking this case. I am solving this case now. a plus b means first of all add these two numbers. Add these two numbers. A plus b means 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is equal to how much? 7. Now add this answer. Add this answer. A plus b's answer to c. Okay, what is c here? 7. So 7 plus 7 how much? 14. 7 plus 7 how much? 14 I got in this case. Okay. Now I am checking in this case. First of all we have to add b plus c. What is in the bracket? We have to do that. We have to solve that first. Okay. So in any simplification problem, listen carefully. In any simplification problem, what is in the bracket? We have to solve that first. Okay. If anything in the bracket, if any brackets are like this, we have to solve this first, and later we have to go to remaining terms. So here I have bracket. That's why I am first solving this. B plus c means here b is 5, c is 7. So 5 plus 7. I got answer 12. Now I am adding this b plus c to a. What is a here? 2. So 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. So I got same answers in case 1 and case 2. I got same answers in case 1 and case 2. So if you take any two whole numbers, and solve this both two cases, we get the same answer. That's why whole number satisfies associative property under addition. Here we did addition. That's why here under addition. Okay. Now I am checking this same property under multiplication, means a into b into c, means we have to multiply first these two terms, and this must be equal to, first we have to multiply b into c, and then multiply this answer with a. Okay. So here if you observe here, this is equal to sign, and the terms which are left side of the equal to are called left hand side. Okay. Left hand side. This is left hand side and this is right hand side. Okay. So the problems like this, when we solve the problems like this, we have to take left hand side and right hand side separately and solve them. Okay. In forward classes we have to solve like this. Okay. Now see, I am taking LHS means left hand side. LHS shortcut left hand side LHS. Okay. So here in left hand side I have a into b into c. So same numbers. 2 into 5 we have to solve first. 2 into 5 is equal to 10. 2 5 is 10, and I have c. Now multiply with c. The product should be multiplied with c, and c is 7. 10 into 7 equal to, I got answer as 70. LHS is equal to what? LHS is equal to 70. Now I am taking right hand side, means RHS. On RHS side I have a into b into c. So in this case I have to first multiply these two numbers, means b and c. Here b and c values are 5 into 7. So 5 into 7 equal to 35. 5 into 7 equal to 35, and then after multiply the product of these two terms with a. So a is 2 here. 35 into 2 is equal to 70. So here in these two cases LHS equal to RHS, means left hand side value should be equal to right hand side value, means these two values are equal. These two values are equal, or these two values are same. So whole numbers satisfies associative property under multiplication. Okay, remember these things. Here in this class we discussed about three properties: closure property, commutative property, associative property. These three properties satisfies both addition and multiplication, under addition and multiplication. Okay, so and next one we have is division by 0. Okay, I am erasing this. So division by 0. Okay, division by 0 means we have to divide a number with 0, means a divided by 0. A is any whole number here. A is any whole number. So I am taking a is equal to 25. So here 25 divided by 0. We have to divide 25 with 0. Okay, take division. So 0 is in the left side here, and 25 is in middle. Okay, 0 means we have to take 0 table. Okay, in 0 table can we get 25? In 0 table can we get 25 means if you multiply with any number with 0, can we get 25? No. In 0 table, 0 into 1 equal to 0, 0 into 2 equal to 0. We get 0 if you multiply with any number. If you multiply with any number with 0, we get 0 as the answer. Means in 0 table we have no 25 means no numbers. Means it means when we divide any number with 0, we get the answer as not defined. Not defined means we didn't get any answer here. Not defined. Okay, not defined. So division by 0 is not defined. We can't divide that number. See here, I am explaining an example here. I am taking 0 on left side here, means here 0 is the divisor and 25 is the dividend. I am dividing here. If you divide here, we can't take next step. Means we can't get 25 or nearer to 25 value in 0 table. In 0 table all are zeros, so we didn't get anything. That's why division by 0 is not defined. Okay, remember that thing. And division okay, and next one okay, I am taking 0 divided by any number. For example, 0 divided by 25 take. So 25 is divisor here, means which is in left side here. So 0 here, 0 is the dividend. So in 25 table means 25 into 0 equal to 0, 25 into 1 equal to 25, 25 into 2 equal to 50. Like this, if you take like this, we get 0 here. 0 as the answer in 25 table. 25 into 0, 0 times 0, 0 minus 0, 0. So what is the quotient here? 0. Means if you divide 0 with any number, we get answer as 0. Okay, okay. Okay, see here next property. So next property is distributive property. This is very important property. Okay, distributive property. So the statement is A into B plus C is must be equal to A into B plus B into C. Okay, if you take any two numbers and the sum of B plus C multiplied with A must be equal to A into B plus B into C. Okay, now we have to check this. B equal to 3, C equal to 4 I am taking. Okay, now so here I am taking left hand side. Okay, what is left hand side? A into B plus C. So here in bracket we have to solve first. So in bracket B plus C means we have to add this 3 plus 4. Then we get answer 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So 2 into 7 now means A into B plus C, like. So 2 into 7, 14 I got LHS. Now I am doing RHS. In RHS we have A into B plus B into C, means we have to multiply first. Okay, so A is 2 here and B is 3 here, plus B is 3 and C is 4. Okay, 2 3s are 6, 3 4s are okay, sorry, here C here, A into B plus C means we have to multiply C with A. Okay, sorry, I mistook this formula. So A into B plus C means whole B plus C is in bracket, that's why you have to take A into B plus A into C. Then 2 into 3 plus 2 into 4, that equal to 8. So 6 plus 8 equal to 14 we get. So here LHS equal to RHS. Okay, means these two are equal. Okay, so this is the statement of distributive property. Very important formula. This is also very important formula. A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. Okay, this is very important. Now I am starting our exercise 2.2. Okay. Okay, this is about properties. These properties are very important in future also. So remember these properties. Remember these properties and statements also. So now I am starting exercise 2.2. So in this first problem is find the sum by suitable rearrangement. Okay, this first one is 238 plus 695 plus 162. Okay. See here, so we have to add these three numbers by suitable rearrangement. Here we don't add directly these three numbers at a time. See here, by suitable arrangement means first of all we have to add these two numbers. Okay, add two numbers and then later the sum must be added to the third number. So first add these two numbers, 238 plus 695. So I am adding these two numbers. So 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. So 1 is carry. 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 9 13. Again 1 is carry. Here 9 is the sum. So 933 plus 162. Now add these two numbers. 2 plus 3 5. 3 plus 6 9. 9 plus 1 10. So 1095 is the answer. Like this we have to add the numbers. Okay. So we don't need to add directly here. He's asking for suitable arrangement. So that's why we have to add like this, or also we have to add these two numbers first, 238 plus 162. Now add the third number to the sum of these two numbers. Okay. So here some more problems in this. So I am giving these problems as homework. Okay. Second one is 154 plus 197 plus 46 plus 200. And also find the product by suitable rearrangement. So in this first problem is 25 into 1963 into 4. Now 20 into 255 into 50 into 6. Okay, see here, this is the second problem. Find the product by suitable rearrangement. So see here, first multiply two numbers and then multiply the product with third number. See here, 25 into 4, multiply first 25 into 4, we get answer as 100. Then multiply with 1963. It is very easy to multiply with 100. Okay. Now see here, first of all multiply with these two numbers and with 6 and with 255. Okay. Do these problems as homework, children. Thank you. Bye. See you in next class.